everyone, it's Ann. Today we're going to take a look at a tarot deck. It's an older deck, I believe. I can't remember, to be honest, but I'll put the link in the description. I forgot to look before I turn it on. I can't remember. I believe it's an older deck. It's actually a card game. It's a tarot card. It's a tarot deck, but it's used for playing a game. So it's called Loka, the card game. And I've seen it as the Loka Tarot as well. And it's by Ralph Horsefly and Alessio Cavatore. All right, it's in a soft case tuck box. This says River Horse, but on Amazon it says Llewellyn. So I have a suspicion this may be a knockoff, but the original publisher is Llewellyn, except it doesn't say Llewellyn on here. And I was surprised why it was so inexpensive. But in any case, this says River Horse. And I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff because the cardstock is very thin on this. But the cards are all the same. Okay, so it's just white inner lining. And it does come with a little standard white book, little white book as we call it. And it does come in different languages. And we'll take a look at that at the end. And here are the backs. And this represents all the elements: fire, earth, water, air. It is reversible. It's not gilded. And it looks like standard size. So let's compare it to the standard plaid back. So it's a little skinnier. And a smidge, just a hair taller, but you can't really tell. So basically the length is about the same. The width is just a little skinnier. And as I mentioned, the cardstock is very thin. It's papery, although there's a little sheen on it, but it's not plasticky. It's all very papery, very, very thin. It doesn't even feel like there's a core inside, like you can rip it, you can fold it. There's nothing inside. So very, very cheap. All right, cardstock. So if you don't like cheap thin cardstock, you may want to pass on this. And it's also a pip deck. So if you don't like pip, meaning there's no illustration, and it's more like a card game, like as I mentioned, because traditionally the history of tarot is it started from a card game, and then it came used for divination. And there are 2 extra cards. There are 80 cards in this deck instead of the standard 70 cards. All right. And the 2 cards are up top. One is good. Let's zoom in a little bit more. One is the good card. And one is evil. So those are the 2 extra cards. You get a good and an evil card. All right. And then it has the same major arcana. That's why it's very readable as far as divination and tarot goes. But you can use it as a playing card game as well, which is the purpose of what it's made for. All right. But it's different, so I wanted to add it to my collection. It was very, very inexpensive for this version on Amazon. And I'll put the link in the description, as I mentioned. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. Starting out, we have 0, the Fool, the Magician. I do like the illustration on it, though. The High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance. So they renamed the Devil card. It's called the Fiend, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World. So that completes the major arcana. Now moving on to the minors. So since it's a playing card game, the suits, the minor suits are broken into fire, water, air, and earth. So they don't have the traditional tarot cards named like coins, rods, wands, swords, but basically same difference. So fire is traditionally wands in the tarot deck, and that's what we're looking at, fire here. So we have the Ace of Fire, and then these are just pip decks, meaning it's not illustrated. 2. So I'm just going to move quickly with it because there's not much to see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there are 4 court cards. Instead of the page, we have the Jack. So this would be traditionally the Jack of Wands, the Page of Wands. In this case, it's the Jack of Fire. And then instead of the Knight, we have the Cavalier. All right. So this would be traditionally in tarot the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Rods. And then we have the Queen of Fire or the Queen of Wands or Queen of Rods. And then we have the King of Fire. All right, so that is the fire suit, comparable to the suit of wands in traditional tarot. Next, we have the suit of earth. And I like how they do the color coding. It makes sense. So fire is red, earth is green, like the grassy field, the forest, the woods, so vines. So we have Ace of Earth. 2, same thing here, so, but it's just for earth. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have the Jack of Earth, which is traditionally the Page of Coins or Page of Pentacles. And then the Knight is renamed to Cavalier, equivalent to the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth, and the King of Earth. Next is the suit of water, so you can see it's blue like the water. We have Ace of Waters, equivalent to the traditional cups in tarot or hearts in playing decks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page. Then we have the, we have 10. And then we have the Cavalier. The order is just reversed. And we have the Jack. And we have the Queen. And we have the King. Final suit is air. The wind. I'm assuming this is like the wind swirling. And they color code it with yellow. So we have ace of wind. Wind traditionally is swords. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Cavalier, Queen, and King. Once again, here's a look at the backs. So very readable tarot deck. It has all 78 cards in traditional tarot plus 2 more. Take a look at the guidebook really quick. We have contents. It comes in English, French, Dutch, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. So different languages. And it is glossy. And since it's a game, they start out by telling you the rules and how to play. So instruction on how to play, use the deck as a game. So as you can see here, it has the minor. There's 4 suits, and as I mentioned, it's broken down to fire, earth, water, and air, and then it goes through all the major arcana cards. And then it explains to you the game, how to play the game, dealing the cards. So it's pretty interesting. I've never played it, but I should look at it and see. I'm not a big card game player, but it's very interesting. There's an appendix. Appendix 2. And then it goes, so it's only a few pages, so this much. The rest is just the same thing in different languages, so not much to it. All right, so that is the Loka Tarot. By River Horse, but Llewellyn also published it. I wonder if the cardstock is better if it's by Llewellyn. So I will put the link in the description if you want to purchase it or read more about it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye!